The clock is ticking this morning in Wentzville. Could more than 3,000 GM workers soon be walking a picket line?
A brush fire near the Westlake landfill causes concern from residents. We'll tell you what sparked the blaze and if anyone was in danger.
Plus, the major case squad arrests 2 men in connection with a deadly shooting in Caseyville. We'll have the charges filed against those suspects.
This is Fox 2 News in the Morning.
Good morning, St. Louis. Welcome to Fox 2 News in the Morning, hour number 2 on Sunday, October the 25th. Let's go straight to meteorologist Angela Huddy for a look at the forecast.
Yeah, good morning, Chandrea. Some sunshine making a comeback for most of us here on our Sunday. Clouds have been holding tight over really the last 48 hours and finally going to see a little clearing, especially from St. Louis to the north and to the west during the day today. Some of that has already taken hold. Outside this morning, really over the overnight hours, kind of taking a look with our time-lapse view from our Gateway Buick GMC web camera in Eckert's Farms. You just saw the moon set there, so there are some breaks in that overcast. And as the sun starts to come up here, get that brightness there, you can see those mostly cloudy skies here from Belleville. Again, we'll take a look from space, and you can see how these clouds have been holding on. Northern Missouri, western Missouri, Kansas City in the clear this morning, Kirksville in the clear this morning, Quincy and Springfield just about in the clear this morning. But that cold front that came through yesterday is kind of stuck off to our southeast, and that's keeping the clouds across southern Missouri and southern Illinois. And that's why we're still kind of waiting for some clearing here this morning. Temperatures where it has cleared out are in the low 40s. Look at Quincy at 41, Litchfield, Illinois at 38 degrees. It is warmer where the clouds have held on overnight, but definitely a fall feel in the mid to upper 40s as we get the day started. So what I expect for today, let's continue to see skies clear out, partly to mostly cloudy skies this morning, especially the further south that you go, the more clouds you're going to see. Then continued clearing through the afternoon, eventually a mostly sunny sky with highs today around 65 degrees. Enjoy the quiet fall weather here on our Sunday and to start our Monday, because we have some wet times ahead for Tuesday night and into early Wednesday. I'll detail everything for you coming up in just a few minutes.
A midnight deadline looms for General Motors to reach an agreement with the United Auto Workers Union. If no deal is reached, thousands of workers across the country and at the plant here in Wentzville could hit the picket lines. Fox 2's George Sells is live in Wentzville with the latest. Good morning, George.
There are 3,500 workers here at GM's big plant in Wentzville, and they could be on a picket line in less than 24 hours if no deal is reached in Detroit. The deadline set by the union is midnight, but it is unclear whether there would be a walkout by workers here in Wentzville should that deadline pass. Some reports have suggested the union might target specific parts plants rather than a full-scale walkout, but no one is saying for certain at this point. The contract for General Motors workers has already been extended once. It was due to expire last month, but the union gave an extension to GM while they completed negotiations with Fiat Chrysler. Now all eyes are set on this deal. The 3,500 workers here in Wentzville make the Chevy Colorado pickup truck, as well as a GMC variation of the midsize truck called the Canyon. They also produce full-sized vans for the company. The union has given the company several major concessions in contracts dating back to 2007, just before the big recession, and the company's subsequent bankruptcy and taxpayer bailout. Union officials have made clear they are looking for something in return this time around. In that period, average hourly labor costs for GM dropped from $75 to $55 per hour, but the company is still paying more for labor than American operations run by their competitors Toyota and Nissan. Now, GM released a statement saying, quote, "We are working with them, the UAW, to address the issues and remain committed to obtaining an agreement that is good for employees and the business." Meanwhile, it all leads up to some uncertain times here in Wentzville for these workers as negotiations go on between their union and their company in Detroit. We're live in Wentzville. George Sells, Fox 2 News.
Thank you, George. Well, you could see the smoke for miles as firefighters responded to a brush fire at the Westlake landfill in Bridgeton. Fox 2's Kelly Hoskins has more on the big scare for residents.
Right on the other side of this fence, you'll see a secondary fence. That's the latest extended position of the radiation in the North Quarry. This fire came within feet of it. Within feet. of radioactive waste.
Bridgeton residents continue to call for action on the radioactive contamination concerns. The Pattonville Fire Department responded to the brush fire around 2:30 Saturday afternoon around the outskirts of Westlake Landfill, which is where the radioactive waste is contained.
This has been an issue that's been in the media, and it's been a hot topic for years now. And it's a reminder of how serious and how really afraid the community is that something is going to be bad that happens at this landfill.
Residents are worried because of the history of the radioactive waste dumped first on the banks of Coldwater Creek near Lambert Airport and then moved to Westlake Landfill in Bridgeton.
But this is a wake-up call to everybody who lives in the area and the elected officials that anything at any time could happen to it.
Missouri Attorney General Chris Koster and the landfill owners are preparing for a court case next spring.
They're working towards what the state is asking them to do. I'm not happy with the progression of what's going on between the Senate and Washington, D.C. I'm hoping that we come to some resolution fairly quickly for the residents in this area and for the state of Missouri.
The landfill owner, Republic Services, disputes the new reports, saying that the state's experts found no threat to public health or safety that actually exists, and says the Bridgeton landfill is in a managed state. However, residents continue to say that they're still losing their patience.
Just sitting on the surface up there, and it's not the underground smoldering fire. That's not the only fire that can come into contact with this radioactive waste.
And that was Fox 2's Kelly Hoskins reporting. We're also told the brush fire was caused by a switch sparking on an Ameren UE pole. The Pattonville Fire Protection District was also able to get that fire under control quickly and did air quality tests to make sure residents were okay. Well, 2 men are charged in the shooting death of Nicholas Hood in Caseyville. The St. Clair County State's Attorney charged 20-year-old Terrion Stevenson of Cahokia and 21-year-old Orlando Atkins Jr. of Belleville with first-degree murder. Major Case Squad investigators say the suspects went into Hood's home early Tuesday morning and kicked in the door, then shot him to death in front of his fiancée and her 3 young children. Investigators would not reveal a motive.
We took 4 people into custody. Two of the individuals are charged with first-degree murder. However, the other 2, the investigation is ongoing with them, and we're still developing and following up on leads.
Investigators say Atkins committed a home invasion and burglary on 21st Street in Belleville an hour before the murder. They face additional charges in that case, and both men have bonds set at $1 million apiece. 7:07 on the clock. Okay, looking at the weather, it looks like it's steady. 50. Steady.
A nice quiet fall-like day.
Yes.
It's nice to see some sunshine after a couple of gloomy days. Would have loved to have gotten a little more rain than what we got as a cold front came through the area, slowly making its way from west-east beginning Friday and continuing through yesterday afternoon. You felt the breezes pick up and the temperatures drop on our Saturday afternoon. Now here on our Sunday, the fall air is in place and we'll get some sunshine back into the mix. In fact, starting to see that now that we approach the sunrise time. This is the current look at our Gateway Buick GMC web camera in Dundee, Missouri. Again, the clearing line is trying to push through and you can see some clearing there. Skies still mostly cloudy here in Metro St. Louis. We take a look at the Brightside STL Garden in South St. Louis. They're off of Kings Highway. Golden Oak Lenny rooftop camera showing you some breaks in that overcast this morning. Current temperature is 50 degrees, north to northeast winds at 5 miles per hour, bringing in the cooler temperatures. Dew points at 42, humidity 74%. Barometric pressure is currently on the rise. High pressure is settling in to the north of the bi-state region. Temperatures across the rest of the area where our skies have cleared out more overnight. Temperatures are certainly very chilly. Look at our northern counties. 39 Vandalia, 39 in Herman, Missouri, Litchfield, Illinois at 38 degrees. Where there's been a little bit more cloud cover holding on, especially the further south that you go, we're more likely to find temperatures in the upper 40s to right around 50 degrees as we start the morning. So definitely a chill is back here, definitely jacket weather as we get the morning started. There's the view from space. You can see any rain is off to the south along with that cold front kind of stuck off to our south and to our southeast. It's near enough that it's keeping us in the clouds here this morning, but that clearing line is trying to press in. You see we've cleared out across northern and western Missouri. So these clouds will slowly push off to the southeast during the day today. More and more sunshine throughout. But here comes the big rains. These are the flooding rains that have now shifted into eastern Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas, and they'll be reinforced by some of the energy from Patricia over the next 24 hours and continue to spin and reorganize. So for us today, we're on the quiet side with high pressure to our north. That high will slide eastward tonight, and out comes that big Gulf low pressure system. It's slowly going to continue to spin off to our south the next 24 hours or so. Then it will begin to lift to the northeast. We'll see increasing clouds here on our Monday with rain late, overnight rain showers, and that will lead us to what looks like a soggy Tuesday here in St. Louis. Sunshine today, again, especially as we get into the afternoon and as our skies clear from northwest to southeast. Cool temperatures, highs today just about 65 degrees. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies. It's certainly chilly, low to mid 40s for the overnight low. We will start our Monday with some sunshine, then see increasing clouds Monday afternoon and Monday night. 67 for your high. Rain chances then Monday night, Tuesday night into the early hours of Wednesday. Could see 1 to 2 inches of much needed rain for the St. Louis area. Cool temperatures, 62 Tuesday to 65 on Wednesday, and then cooler behind all this rain as we dip down into the 50s for highs by next Friday. So we'll keep an eye on those temperatures for all those costumes out there for trick-or-treating next week and see how, if anyone's going to have to cover those up with coats as the
I was
kiddos
going to
get
say,
out and about.
it's going to be interesting.
The adults may need some coats as well.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure.
All right, well, in other news, tragedy at the Oklahoma State University homecoming parade. The charges a woman faces after she plows into a crowd, killing 4 people and injuring others. How the university is responding. Results of a new poll showing the change at the top of the Republican race for the president. Plus, pop star Katy Perry adds some fireworks on the campaign trail, whose fundraiser she performed at last night.